So today I'm going to show you guys how to install these camper tie downs. Now these are Torklift part number C2204. These are the front camper tie downs for a 2001 through 2010 Chevy 3/4 through 1 ton with a long bed. That's the 8-foot bed. Now here I've got it mocked up on how it should look when it's installed on the vehicle. This would be for the driver's side. As you can see, here's the receiver part of the tie down, and then the strap goes to the front bed mount bolt location. You take out the original bed mount bolt and then you replace it with this bolt, and this is how you're gonna have it set up. You're gonna have a lock washer here and then 2 flat washers, and it's just gonna go straight up like that into the original bed mount bolt location. And then here, this is the shorter of the bolts that comes with the kit. Now the bolt itself is going to go through this thick strap, and there won't be a washer on the side. And then on this side you're going to have a flat washer and a lock washer and the nut. Now over here we've got this piece here, and this will sit inside the frame, and these bolts will go towards the inside of the vehicle, towards the driveline, and then they're going to meet up with a receiver here, and it's going to sandwich the frame between these two pieces. So this will be inside the frame, and this is going to be on the outside of the frame, and what clamps it together is going to be these 2 flange bolts here. And then of course we have the clip for putting the outrigger onto the receiver there. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do the passenger side and show you how that works. The tools needed for this particular job, I've got a 19mm wrench. I'm going to use an impact gun today because, well, it's a lot faster. Torque wrench. All the bolts and nuts are going to be torqued to 60 foot-pounds. There's a particular order. And then we've got an extension and an 18mm socket and a 19mm socket. So I'll get you positioned and we'll start this. Alright, as you can see, this is the very front bed mount bolt, and we're going to remove that and discard it. This is the one time where you're going to use the 18mm socket, is to remove this bolt. Walk that out of there. Now we're going to put the strap up in there with the new bolt. As you can see it, when we put this in, it's going to angle the strap out like this towards the outside of the vehicle. Always finger start these. You don't want to cross thread a bed bolt. That would not be fun. I'm just gonna lightly tighten this like it would be hand tight if I was using a ratchet. Not, you know, just kind of snug. So she's snug. So we've got our strap there. Now we're going to take this, and this tab will be towards the front of the vehicle, and these studs here are going to point towards the inside of the vehicle as well, and it's going to set up in the frame directly inside of where that strap is. So we'll set it up in there. We're going to grab the receiver part, which is this, and to help me hold it in place, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start this nut and bolt here. So the bolt goes through the strap that comes down from the top, and then the nut and washers would go on the outside on that part there. So we'll put the flat washer on first, and then the lock washer, and then the nut. Bring you over here towards the inside. Right there. So since that strap's helping us hold it up, it's a little easier to line these bolts up in these holes. As you can see, it wouldn't be much fun otherwise. Still not much fun. So get it through the hole there, and we're going to start this flange nut. Do the other one. Alright, so these are the first nuts that you torque, and we're going to set the torque wrench to 60 foot-pounds. Go ahead and do those. So what you want to do here is you want to lift this up so it touches the frame, and then go ahead and torque them. So our mount has full contact with the frame. Go ahead and bring the torque wrench in here. There's our click. There's our other click. So now we're going to verify that it is touching the frame, front and rear, and it is. Bring it back over here. As you can see, that's the bolt and the nut for the strap. This is the second one that's going to get torqued. Snug it up a bit. I hate to say it, but most dealerships would just zip these on with an impact. Wouldn't even touch a torque wrench. But you don't want to over torque them, because then you have a chance of that bolt just shearing off, and that's the last thing you want to happen. Especially when you got like a $20,000-$30,000 camper on the back. So there's our click. Now the last bolt we're going to torque is going to be the bed mount bolt up there. And it looks kind of tricky to get to, so I'm just gonna have to do my best on this one. Let's see what happens. All right. So as you can see, we've got the camper tie down receiver mounted right there. And now there's this tie down piece. And the way these work is, see the hole here will be up and this will be towards the front. Now if this was in the rear, you would want this longer piece towards the rear, but this is a front tie down, so it goes towards the front, and of course that hole is always up. And then you've got this little lock pin, and there's two holes here, so depending on what kind of camper you have, you can have this extend out farther from the bed or a little bit further into the bed. Now most campers, it's going to be further in towards the bed. Now this package came with stickers that helps identify which ones these go to. So this one will say right front, and like the rear one on this side will say right rear. And we'll go ahead and put that pin in, and this should finish up the installation for this side. Bam. There we go. All right, so I wanted to show you this on the driver's side real quick. It was actually extremely similar to the passenger side. I didn't have to do anything really all that special, but the flange nuts that go on the back of the receiver, I had to install them first towards the front of the vehicle a little bit because the fuel tank is here and the fuel tank shield. And so I installed those loosely, the two nuts, and then I slid the receiver back towards the fuel tank, and where it lined up with a strap, it was actually perfectly touching the fuel tank shield. It's just barely touching, there's no pressure on it, but I wanted to let you guys know that. And then one other thing that's a little bit different is the other side, you're able to torque it with a ratchet or the torque wrench in the socket. Now on this side you're able to get one with a crow's foot, but the other nut is too far up in there for even a crow's foot. So I just tightened it with some wrenches and I'm pretty sure it's good to go. So I hope this helps you guys out, and happy camping.